Hey, BAM Squad members. This is Benjie, a coach for BAM Squad. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about hiring teachers. I know there's been a lot that's been posted in Module 6. There's some fantastic information about writing. It's the first time you're interviewing teachers, you've always been teaching yourself, and now you're going to hire on staff, or you're increasing your staff and you're looking to add more teachers. If you go to Module 6, there's some great resources there about ad print and what you should put in your ad to attract the right teachers, and kind of step-by-step process. Real quickly, logistics of ours is we put out an ad, people reply back to that ad, we set up a Zoom interview with them first, and then if that looks good, we ask them for references. We send out, we have a little form, one-page form that we email out to references, takes them like 2 or 3 minutes to fill out. And if those all look good, then we invite the candidate in for an in-person interview and to also perform for us. So play their instrument, or we also teach art and dance. So to dance for us or show us some of their artwork. And then we go ahead and onboard them if they're good. But beyond that, one of the things that we really look for, beyond just what's on the resume, which is important, but obviously their personality is important. Our teachers, we actually don't even call them teachers. We refer to our staff as mentors. They're music mentors. And actually, I picked that up from a BAM Squad member a couple of years ago. Actually, I can't remember who it was, but if you're watching this, thank you. We really do, I feel like our staff mentors these young students. It's more than just teach them how to play piano. It's life skills, it's self-confidence. There's so many more attributes that we are teaching these children, mostly children. And so we want to look for that in our mentors. So one of the things that we do is we make a commitment to really hire teachers first. So this might be, for some of you, it might be common sense. And for others, you might think, well, they need to be able to play at a certain level of piano or a certain level of guitar, or, be educated, have a college degree in music. And if you want to put that level on certain things, because that's how you advertise your school, that you have universally trained teachers or teachers with degrees, performance opportunities, whatever that is, that's totally fine. But I really encourage you to look for the teacher first, because most of the students, unless you're at an elite kind of high level school, most of the students that you're going to get are probably beginner to intermediate. And so at that level, it doesn't matter if your instructor is a world-class, pianist or guitar player. The student doesn't need that level of expertise. What they need is someone that can get on their level and teach them the basics and be able to get that information across, probably in several different ways, right? As most of us are teachers, we know that you might have 5 different students and you have 5 different ways of getting that across, right? Some need to see it on a piece of paper. Some need you to play it for them. Some need to listen to it. Some need to get in the trenches, right, themselves, and play it. And so it's really important that those are the qualities that you look for in a teacher, in a mentor that you're going to be bringing on. And so I encourage you to kind of look at those things, look at how experience they've had with kids, whether it's been babysitting or, have they had a corporate job where they've had to deal with other adults all the time, or have they worked at a preschool? Have they worked at an elementary school? Were they a counselor? Did they teach swim lessons before? Any kind of other education they've done for, especially for kids or whatever the demographic of your studio is, I think is really important life skill for them, and really bring something to the table just beyond, can they play piano? Obviously, they need to be able to be at a certain level. And I know some studios have teachers that kind of test in to only teach beginners, and then other teachers can teach up to intermediate or advanced, and you can certainly do that. But again, I really encourage you to look for teachers, for people that love kids, that empathize with how hard it is to learn an instrument. We tend to hire, in general, younger staff. I'd say probably between 20 and 30 years old. And not to say that we don't have teachers on other spectrums, older teachers, but especially when you're teaching music, if kids want to learn pop music, you want teachers, mentors to be able to relate to the students and what music they're listening to, what movies they're watching, what video games they're playing, right? Because a lot of that music they want to, the kids want to learn. And so keeping that connection is really important, we feel like, because that connection is really going to make those kids practice. Having a practice log, using programs like Lesson Mate, having YouTube videos, all that stuff is great, but the kids have to be motivated to practice. And the number one thing that we find that motivates students is their teachers. if they like their teacher, if they respect their teacher, if they get along with their teacher, they want to do well for their teacher. And so they're going to practice, they're going to put in the effort, they're going to feel pride when you say, great job, right? Those types of things. If you just have a teacher that just says, okay, we finished page 4, now we're going on to page 5, or we finished, Moonlight Sonata, and now we're going to move on to something else. Like that's great, but I don't know if that inspires kids to want to learn more and impress their teacher and be proud of what they've done. So that's just my little tidbit. I hope that you guys are doing great. I know you're killing it. I've been loving hearing everybody's stories, and their paths to success have been really fantastic. So keep doing what you're doing, and just think about those things when you're hiring teachers, that it's not just all about their skill level, but really the connection they can make with those students are really going to, I think, improve your retention rate and really make a connection with those students and keep them. So keep doing what you're doing. Best of luck, and we'll see you on the next coaching call.